once all the Christmas songs start coming on, the first thing I can think of is like, when are we gonna get to January 2nd? Like, can this all be over soon?
Hi, I'm Matt, and my parents got divorced when I was 8 years old. Now I know no two divorces are the same, but if there's any time of year that unifies people with divorced parents, it's the holidays, and the fact that they're pretty complicated. So I asked some of my coworkers with divorced parents to share some of their experiences and feelings towards the holiday season, and how it's changed from when they were kids to now as adults.
I'm Logan. My parents got divorced when I was about 5 years old.
I'm Jamie. I'm 27. My parents divorced when I was 5.
My name's Lindsay. I was 21 when my parents got divorced.
My name is Alp. I am currently 27 years old, and I was 6 years old when my parents got divorced.
So I'm Emily. I was 4 when my parents got divorced.
Oh, I'm Chelsea. My parents got divorced when I was like 8 or they got separated when I was like 8 or 9, and then didn't officially get divorced till I was 15 because shit's messy.
I don't really remember them together at all, which means I only really know spending Christmas with both of them, meaning I had 2 Christmases.
It never really affected Christmas, other than the fact that I had a lot of extra presents.
Now that they're divorced and I'm an adult, the holidays are extremely inconvenient.
In a weird way, feel fortunate because I was so young, and it's, you know, when you're that age, like things don't feel weird. Like that's just your family and that's just your day-to-day life.
The holidays were weird because like I didn't have memories from when they were together. So I always thought that people like would go to one house one year and then another house another year, and then I grew up and was like, wait.
The biggest thing I think in retrospect that like I really wanted to do was like maintain traditions. I do have memories of being like, well, like my dad's not part of Christmas anymore, like who's gonna fill my mom's stocking and give her like pajamas and Santa presents?
As you get older, having divorced parents sucks because you essentially have to pick like one parent.
I have had a lot of step parents over the years, 5 to be exact.
So just rolling between 2 households, driving and staying sober at one or the other, which is hard enough as it is without divorced parents.
It's always better to have like more support around you growing up as a child, I think, but I was just really happy that they were both happy.
Now I kind of don't like the holidays because it makes me feel tired, I guess.
If you're dating or in a relationship with someone who also has divorced parents, it really sucks because then you have 4 parents to deal with and you essentially have to choose one of them, and you feel like you're always gonna hurt someone's feelings essentially.
When I was growing up, we had like exciting, fun, big holidays, big Italian family, everyone in one place, usually in my parents' home. And so now that's different and a lot less fun.
But one thing that is cool about having 2 separate families during the holidays is that you get to spend a lot of time with your siblings, kind of bonding over the same shared weird experience that you're all going through.
It like started being okay when we just kind of stopped trying to combine it and like in any way, and like I'd have like lunch or something with my dad.
If you have siblings, it's just a giant mess. So when you're young, it's cool to have 2 Christmases. But as you get older, it becomes really complicated.
I actually love Christmas. I've never disliked it. I put my tree up 2 days after Thanksgiving this year, but I haven't spent Christmas with family since 2009.
Yeah, it is a little weird to juggle your time and like keeping 2 sides of the family separate. So I don't know, I guess it is normal to feel like you have to sacrifice from your personal desires to do things that are right for your family members and everybody's comfortable in the space.
Like when you're a kid, you're just super sheltered and you, like again, just don't really realize what's not normal. So I think growing up, that kind of clicked, being like, oh, I don't have to do this anymore. Like I don't have to spend all my time worrying about like family matters and all that stuff. And I guess I just chose to be indifferent about the holidays.
I could just like ignore all the problems if we just separated it and weren't trying to like bounce around.
The holidays now are kind of like a mixed bag because it's nice to see parents that you don't see all the time when you're an adult, especially if you don't live in the same state as them. but it really just becomes like a scheduling nightmare trying to figure out things because you don't get a lot of time off, but you want to see your parents.
I have a good relationship with my family. I call them, I talk to them, but we're not very celebratory together.
The general feeling I have of my parents' divorce is like a feeling of like, I think it was the right thing, and I think I benefited growing up from that choice.
I don't know. It's hard. It's complicated, I guess. I think as an adult, I feel like especially because I live 3,000 miles away from home, and so when I go home, I want to see like also my friends, and like balancing that with seeing like my extended family.
You kind of feel like a child at sometimes because it's like, well, I was with mom last year, this year I have to be with dad.
Once all the Christmas songs start coming on, the first thing I can think of is like, when are we gonna get to January 2nd? Like, can this all be over soon?
I've always liked tradition, which I think is why I haven't minded that I haven't spent Christmas with family, because I've started my own traditions. I usually spend it with friends.
Yeah, in the long run, I think like holidays are such a small part of what it is to be a family. So I wouldn't say I'm jaded about the holidays. Like, I think it's appropriate to call me a Grinch or whatever, but like there's so many other moments to share with my family that Christmas or Easter or whatever isn't really like the biggest part that I feel bringing us together.
Yeah, I think that everything I've said wouldn't offend my mom, so that's good.